Hello everybody. This is me again, and this time I'm coming to you with a different game. Would you look at this? This is Pacific Theater of Operations 2. Do not play 1, 3, 4, or 5. This is the only good one. But PTO 2 is one of the classics in this genre. It is if you have played War in the Pacific, I would like to call it, how should I say, something of a Famicom version of that. Now, what I am going to do today, there it is. If you are new to this game, I'll go over setup and things like that. But these are the scenarios. You might also tell that they are usually made with Japan in mind. So to say, this is a Japanese game originally. The music is bopping. And you can see these yellow scenarios are the ones who are the full campaigns. I'm gonna start on the brink of war, which will put you at 26th of November 1941. So you have 2 weeks or so to prepare for World War II, which depends how it will go. It might not be started in the way you might imagine it. I am honestly feeling pretty bad that I didn't record the last time I played this, because it was a very fun campaign when the AI can surprise you, and unlike the AI in War in the Pacific, this AI is absolutely crazy. They will do the most unpredictable stuff you can think of. Really, it may be very dumb, but at one point or another, they will sink a couple of carriers. So we're gonna start with Japan. The difficulty doesn't actually matter that much. We do this. I had the setup. Here's Yamamoto telling us, yeah, we're going towards Pearl Harbor. We're gonna have to prepare. The fate of our empire lies in this battle. There you go, boys. Now we can start. And just so you know, yeah, this takes a little time to configure properly. And usually the F key, it might be a different key. You gotta check the settings for higan. This is what I'm using to run this. The F key speeds it up, because this game has one major problem, and that is the fact that it is very slow, even on fast quote unquote message settings. It is quite slow. So what you want to do is press F whenever there are problems with that. So how does this game work? If you're new, you have fleets. Here you go. They are numbered. They contain all the ships that Japan has. Each of them has fuel, and they have transports. You can see, for example, here the third fleet with Nagumo has 4 carriers, 4 destroyers. It has 92% fuel, but it has 4 transports, actually 8 transports, both of which are tankers. This is what this icon means. Means that this 92% is including this thing. They can also carry troops. You can see, meaning that 66% is only for the fuel in the 4 tankers and the ships themselves, because the other set of transports is transporting troops, right? So these are the fleets. They do pretty much what you expect. The subs, I will literally not touch them, because they take up time and they are completely useless most of the time. or they are absolutely broken OP, so I will simply not touch them at all. They are very boring. This is the enemy, you see the enemy fleets, and these are the marines. Of course, Japan IRL did not have marine divisions, but in this game they do. And they are treated essentially as army divisions, if you will. Of course, marines, there you go. You can see the soldier count and you can give them orders. Now, I have already made a setup for the first turn. Here you go. We have moved into that. Because it takes a little while to prepare. The red buttons, the red things, means that they do not have a destination, they do not have an order. While being black instead of white means that you have already done something with that unit for the turn. So just so you know, generally speaking, a unit that has orange, at least this is how I set it up, or an unit that is orange has some sort of garrison order or support order. And the way that this game works, is if you go to assets, you can see the net. This net is essential for everything: supply, armies, transports, everything. Because units, if you have a unit in Korea, you can simply hop over it without, presumably, it's simulated transports, but you can simply order a move order, same as on land, if you have a connection between friendly bases. But for example, here in Hanoi and Saigon, you can see they are cut off by the allies, meaning that we cannot get new troops, new aircraft, anything in there. And you can see this also applies to the allies in the Philippines and Guam. And it is essential, especially for battles, the max that divisions that can be in a hex, or these aren't hexes, in a base are 4 units on each side. So you can essentially just cycle units and they grind each other down. But they reinforce, obviously, because they have a connection to the capital. But if you cut that connection off, they will simply starve, essentially. Your troops will recover while theirs will not. That is why cutting off Australia and cutting off, or just conquering India and China, is very, very important. But of course, you don't want to get cut off yourself. In my previous campaign, the Americans did a giant push for Gilbert in order to cut me off and towards Rabaul. They somewhat succeeded, but then ultimately failed and I conquered everything. The economy is also very important. You can see these are the resources: the ore, the oil, the materials. This is fuel. The oil, fuel, the materials are essentially, I don't know, supplies. The navy has fuel, and the army has fuel. Right? And this game simulates the army-navy duality of the Japanese. If you go to goals, actually we don't have anything. Yeah, we will get to the conference later. You can go to the personnel. You can see the army and navy. I haven't actually assigned these guys yet. You can even assign them. Yamamoto, for example, I'm gonna cancel him from the first bit and say replace Nagumo with him. And there you go. Very nice. So I have already given the orders for this turn. Again, 2 weeks will pass with in order to get me set up in the north. Over here I'm gonna set up the carriers to go towards Pearl Harbor. I'm gonna send my second carrier fleet to go towards Babaldob and gather troops for an invasion of Java and such. And then At Takao, I'll send most of my fleets to be reorganized and most of my troops. It's pretty much it. I'm also gonna. I also have reorganized most of the navy, but I'll do it also next turn because it's important. So this game has two phases, three, I guess. The move phase where you can do certain things, the operational phase where you can't move anymore but can give combat orders. The plan phase. Yeah. For example, you can see I also can't order anything, and I don't think there's anything that you can do that. And then you pass that, and you go turn the turn. There you go. Here you go. The next day, nothing happened in between. Very good, very good. I'm gonna show you now how to reorganize this fleet because I did a little mistake in the previous turn. Was this one? Yes. Because the Kidobutai, you can have a max of 8 ships per fleet. So the Kidobutai isn't actually organized per se. These guys, for example, have these guys. They have their planes. The 5th fleet has Kuma. Yes, this is what I wanted to do. To move the Chikuma here. So I have 4 destroyers, 3 carriers, and 1 of the Tones. I also want to give them the fuel. You see, we assign their transports, and then we set up the fuel. Reorganize the fuel to give the carriers the max amount of fuel. The carrier aircraft are already pre-configured well. And since this is over with, the task force is all right now, I can give the orders. Here is the orders. Just so you know, if you give the orders, they will supplant whatever orders you have given those aircraft. So I will not, for example, use the strike or patrol or any of these ones or attack. I'll use the move mode to go to where I want, which is say, and you press A and the arrow keys to move on this map. Go say here in the hex just above, and those hexes affect the weather. You can tell that, for example, by pressing enter. You can see the weather. Apparently everywhere is the same, but okay. The 3rd fleet. Do you need to? No, they are also well. You can also order them around like this, you see, but this will take absolutely forever. And since I'm not gonna be in combat until I get there, I might as well give them the order. Yeah. When I get there though, I'm gonna cancel their orders and move them manually, because the manual move is the best. Oops. Of course I pressed cancel. This game can be a little hectic from time to time, but it is honestly very fun. The most unfortunate part of this process is that they don't remember the orders you gave to the aircraft. So that's a bit of a problem. So for example, the cap you have in this game, cap is called escort mode, unfortunately. So there you go. And you must assign each of the squads on escort mode if you want them to be on cap, but if you give them an order, that cancels it. I also transport these guys, you can see These guys are going to Taipei. These guys are going to Palau. Okay, I actually think I can assign. You can go zoom in by pressing X. This is using Pokemon controls, I guess. Go to Kure, which isn't actually in Kure. You can see I have some divisions. I already gave the order for these ones. You can see defend Palau, good. This is how I give essentially garrison orders, and they will move at the end of each turn automatically. I actually think I have another. The 20th. Okay, you can have a max of 20 divisions on the map, and I can't board them instantly. No, they already used their maneuver for this turn. I'm gonna put them in Truk. And again, you don't have to rush. It's better, it's good to do them in chunks, to do these orders. For example, I take care of the fleet first, then the marines, then the aircraft. The best way to do it is to go either from the map or from here. I give the order for all of these. Sorry guys. To go to Taipei. These guys apparently went into the ground. Okay, interesting AA. And you can see here, I have two fleets. Defense, which has some cruisers. Actually, what order do they have? They're going to Palau. Interesting. Okay. And you can load army troops. This is what these guys have on them. These aren't Marines, the 24th Division. And once you have them loaded, it is a bit weird, but the army controls them, you can order them around. They will sometimes follow your orders, sometimes not. Honestly, this is the best way I can put it. I don't exactly know what to say. Sometimes you land them in the base and they take it, sometimes they decide to just chill around with the allies. You can also similarly, for example here in Taipei, I have an airfield, but I can't control it because it's an army airfield. You see this aircraft, I do not have this aircraft. And you can see there that under Japan, we have the armies controlling that base. There you go. And you can stack as many fleets into a port as there are these dockyards. Dockyards are harbors are what you base your ships out of, and dockyards are what repairs ships. So I'm sending a bit too many in Taipei, but I'm gonna send them out obviously. Which ones did I want to? I'm Palau. Good. When you see nothing on the map, that means that they are in port. The 12th, for example. 1CV, this is their usual. What is it doing here? Ah, yes, waiting for... I think I resupplied this aircraft. Maybe. Oops. And yeah, they are going to Saigon. Ah, yes. Yes. I transferred some cruisers from the Ryujo to here in order to have... Oops. Here you go. I put 2 divisions on them. 1 Marine, and 1 Army division. Here you can see 3 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, and 4 destroyers. Yeah. And you generally want to have these big fleets, you know. These guys, that supply them, and they are gonna wait for because we don't have aircraft in the Philippines, only the army does. We must use our light carriers to provide cap and bombard, you know, because otherwise the airfield. Because otherwise the Americans will absolutely destroy our convoys or our invasion ships. I have lost many uh, light carriers due to American Filipino bombers. So there you go. Generally, everything that is at sea you shouldn't touch because it probably has an order. The 11th and 12th here are the one is in Palau. The ones in Truk. The 15th is going to Palau. These are heavy cruisers that are gonna join the other ones. And this is a fleet that is ready and going to invade. It has 2 divisions. It has 4 cruisers, 4 destroyers. It has an admiral, and it's gonna invade Rabaul. I don't think there is any more need to do anything with my navy. Okay, the Marines. The first, these guys are loaded, and it's better if you have them loaded. You just not have them orders. Just so you know where they are. These guys are in Okinawa. They're going to Taipei. Again, you can have a max of 4 divisions. I have 0 there. I have the 4th is in Guangzhou. They're gonna advance on Hong Kong. The other one is also here, also going to Taipei. And they're obviously gonna load on boats there. The 5th is in Saipan. They're gonna be loaded and gonna invade Guam. I don't actually remember if that's gonna be enough. But okay. Saipan. These guys are going to say what? They have an order to defend what? SN Saipan. Yes. I do not need you to be there. And I think you would do a much better job here in Palau. Because if I already have 1 division there, no reason to have more. There we go. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, because there's no reason not to. I have another one. That's again a Saipan. Interesting. I don't remember this one. But whatever. And you do actually, by the way, need to defend your bases. Because there is AI is very aggressive from what I have seen. And all they have is, let's put it this way, taking an empty base is very easy in this game. So you do actually need garrisons in, say, over here. In what's in the Gilberts, for example. These guys are garrisons. These guys are at the right place. The 11th. These guys are on ships. Very good. These guys are in Saigon. Again, very good. Don't I already have someone in Saipan? I do. No reason to have these guys too. Soon enough, we will have the most fun part of this game are the conferences. They are honestly very well designed. These guys are gonna defend the marshals. These guys in Kurem, okay. Palau, and Rook. Very good. And this is the max divisions you can have, from 1 to 20. Of course, most of them are gonna be loaded on chips. Now, I like having a reserve for aircraft because the A in this game is very heavy. Very, very heavy. For example, here, it's taking the Gilberts, and you generally want to have your best aircraft on the front line, you know. And things like the A5M has absolutely no business being in the Gilberts because it does not have enough range for anything. So I'm just gonna put all of my A5Ms into Shanghai. Unfortunately, you can only org with one fleet. Should I say? With one fleet per base. So there you go. I'm gonna put these guys here. I'm gonna use Rook or maybe Rabal as a sort of a carrier. Or should I say a carrier replenishment, because you want to have trained pilots. You see the experience, and that matters a lot. Shanghai. This is Palau. Palau is already ready. Very good. Meaning that it doesn't have to be touched. I can even give it an order. And you give orders to patrol in order to search for enemy fleets. And when you want to give an order, you cancel it in the move turn, and then you can order it again in the following turn. Here we have more A5Ms. We can just switch them like this. I don't actually know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know, maybe use them in China. They're already there. In Sepang, we don't actually need these the 4Ms. Might as well switch them like this. Sure. I usually like to have relatively few air bases and very uniform air bases, but we're just gonna have to work with what we have. Palau is done. Rook is full. The marshals, I already gave an order. You can see because it's red. Yep, we already have aircraft there. The right aircraft. The Gilberts, I think, maybe. Yes. Alright. Interesting. Apparently they don't have enough mobility. You can see that maneuvering between these interfaces does take a bit of time. And simply being in a base, I think trains them by 1 XP per day. So if you're not in a hurry, you can simply leave them there. Rook. Yeah. Actually, no. I'm gonna transfer these guys to the Gilberts, because I think that the location is quite important. Two squads of zeros. Or actually, actually, never mind. One squad of zeros, two squads of G4Ms. And you can see this airbase has 2 levels, and this one has 1. And sure, some torpedo bombers. Yeah. Very good, very good. And I can actually give the order to the Gilberts. I can also go by the map, right? Like this. And give the order. To patrol. If you put the order to attack, it's honestly pretty weird how the game decides to actually attack or not, and with what. I find that sometimes they do strafing a bit too much, so I don't like using them like this. Yeah, these guys are good. Which one do I have left? I think only Kure. You can see that I have many empty bases because I just don't have any need for them. And next turn I'll transfer all of these guys who are in Kure to other bases around the map. You can see that I have made Shanghai just a base full of A5Ms if I ever need them. And I have some extra stuff over here. You can also assign stuff to have air bases like this. I would assign to... Oh, apparently I cannot. Sure, I'll put them marked silent for the time being. I don't actually have that much in reserve, you can see. Let's put a squad of 20 here. I'm gonna use these guys to reinforce, right? Sure, I'm gonna assign these guys. Just so they train. And when I inevitably lose pilots, right? I'm gonna be able to reinforce them with trained pilots. There we go. I think that's enough. And this is about how long these turns take. They don't take more than this. So which is what? Like 20 minutes or so. So it's certainly much faster. And you press F to speed it up. Hopefully the Americans don't declare on us instantly. That would be quite bad. And since I was just talking about aircraft, let's also completely fix these aircraft. The mark silence? Low? Ah, naturally. Because they apparently already had an order. I must do it from the other side. Rook. Oh, never mind. I am an idiot. That's the plan phase. There we go. Let's continue where we left off. We go over here. Marcus Island can also come under attack if the Americans are kind of sneaky, yeah. But I find that there isn't a gigantic need to worry about that. I'm gonna put them in Truk. Again, the Gilberts. If I see red, that means that they are done, essentially. They're in a good state, and I must only worry about them, you know, at another point. Here you go, I have 4 squads of zeros, 1 squad of hits, and 2 squads of die bombers. And generally, yeah, I think I'm gonna use Truk as the main base for reinforcing my pilots, my carrier pilots. There you go. We can go to Marcus again and take these last pilots. Which ones? Saipan? You can also go press the left arrow and see these things. They also have scouts and such. Is Saipan good? Actually, I'm gonna org it. It couldn't. What do I even need here? Honestly, I don't need much. Only because I have OCD, so here you go. So 2 squads of this, 2 squads of this, yeah. You know, it's fine, it's fine. And in Palau, everything is fine also. You can see some fleets in the distance. Yeah, they're perfectly good. And these guys are just sitting here. Good, let's go to the Navy. Actually, let's go to the Marines first. Yep, they're all moving. No location is overloaded. Saigon. Very good. Over here. Good. The 11th, these are the destroyers. The 12th, okay. The 14th. Very well. These guys are ready. Unfortunately, there isn't, how should I say, a markers, a green thing that I could put. Oh, there we go. The 6th fleet will arrive. Yeah. Everything will arrive shortly. I'll go one more turn before ending the video, just to show you how to set up Japan, because it does take about, let's say, 3 days to set it up properly, as you have just seen. Let's go to the planes first, because there is one last thing that I must do. And that is orging with Rook again. Because I do not have this many zeros. Here we go. 2 squads of dive bombers, 2 squads of this, 2 of this, 2 of this. Very nice. You see how nice this looks? Very satisfying. Anything other than that in Truk? Yeah? No? Alright. The air setup is pretty much done. The marine setup will take a couple more days to arrive, and then I'll load them on the ships. The 11th. The 12th. Yeah. They again have not arrived yet. Only one of this one is ready. But the 5th, hello? They're going to Taipei, but they're going very slowly for some reason. No phase, okay. And of course the port of Taipei will be very overloaded. Yeah, harbor not available. Thank you, Tojo. Would slap that bald head any day. Alright, let's see. More of these guys. There we go. You can see that none of them are in Japan. Means they're in position. Are there... There seems to be enough space in Taipei. I'll go check. Oh god, look at look at all these ships. Oh god, I can't click on them. Fine. Let's what? Oh. This is the plan phase. I always forget that. Because there's only, you know, one phase in War in the Pacific, so. And yeah, they moved during the move phase, so they had already moved. Let's go over here again. I generally, let's see if we can select Taipei. No, we cannot. But let's reorder these guys. I generally want to put 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, and 4 DDs in the same fleet. Generally speaking, no reason to go above that. You don't have that many, you know. Here you go. Here's the cruiser fleet. No need to differentiate between light and heavy cruisers. Oops. As you can tell, this does take a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. And you can see there is a division on this. An army division. So I'm gonna load it on those guys. Very good. This is the Kumano. Can I select the first fleet? Yes. the Kumano and the Suzuya. Here you go. If I could, I would show you a naval battle, but honestly, they don't happen that often in this game. Bit unfortunate, but how should I say, aircrafts are too good for that. If you are doing a naval battle, that means that you're in a very risky situation, and you are more than likely gonna lose something. So this is how a fleet looks like. Yeah. Oh wow. Oops. These guys are out of fuel. Amazing. Oh, I finally touched Taipei. Here we go. The 6. Let's see which one this is. Oops. Wrong button. This is under Kondo. With the 11th. Sure. Mm-hmm. Can I? Apparently I cannot. Interesting. But we can depart. Right, for the turn. Like this. You press S to do that. And you press X to continue. Uh-oh. You can see this is a bit of a clusterfuck, but don't worry, things will get much easier later, especially when you lose ships, which you will. Get used to the idea. This isn't war in the Pacific, you don't get to keep all your ships alive. Interesting route they are taking. Alright, you can see our kid of time moving. These guys are also going. Very good. I think it's time to go next turn. I'll go one more turn. If anything, to make the video an hour. You can even take a rest if you want. By doing this, you see. Uh-oh. Here we go, boys. Here's the GMP. This is what I was waiting for. This is the conference. I didn't realize. What's the end of the month? This is the GMP. This is our economy. You will see very bad decisions coming. So Tojo's ordering me to attend. I will. Do I have a choice? So this is a card game. So you have. This is the conference. Here is Tojo. Hello. The foreign policy. And here is Tojo's proposal. We declare war on the United States on the 13th. And we don't invade the Dutch East Indies. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea, Tojo. Here is the army. Are they coming up with... Oh, they want to invade on Christmas. And they want to not invade the Dutch East Indies again. Brilliant ideas all around. Thank you, thank you. These guys. I've never seen this before. Yeah, let's see. The foreign minister, are you a bit smarter? No, you're not. The foreign minister doesn't want the war. Uh, so, uh, now this, I'm going to cheat a bit. Because I cannot, how should I say? I can't exactly play the game if there is no war. So I'm going to make a save state after I make these decisions. Let's say in the 8th, like historical. I'm also gonna declare war on England on the 8th. On Holland also. In Australia also. On the Soviet Union, nothing. And with China also. And this is a bit of a weird thing, since we are not at war with China, even though we occupy half of China. How this works, do not ask me. But let's just say, probably for balance reasons. But let's just say, yeah. We also declare war on China to give the army something to do. On Thailand, we have an... What even are our relations with Thailand? Hold on. So with Thailand we have an aid pact, with Germany we have a military pact. Interesting. So with Thailand, I thought I could... I thought I could request military access. Aid pact. Okay. Let's yeah, let's do that. So this, and I'm gonna save state this one. Save it in slot 1. Because I cannot afford to lose this, and I'm more than likely going to. Because they have it in for me. Yeah. What do you think, Finance Minister? Yeah. Minister, Foreign Minister, please take a look. No thanks. Good. Oh, come on. Are they... Mr. Chief of Naval Staff, no thanks. Now these are my cards. Should I even explain this? This is... this is a bit of... I don't know. I'm gonna unify. This is the strongest card. This asks everyone, if they do not have a refuse card, they will automatically accept. And 2 of them I've already convinced, not the Prime Minister. And he also, and here he submits his proposal again. So right now I am winning, and of course this guy extends the time because he's Come on, Tojo, please. Ay, I must refuse. Ah, come on. Well, doesn't this feel like a Japanese meeting after all? 6 more minutes, come on. 6 more minutes of help. And of course this guy has a coughing fit. Mr. Chief of... come on. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna resubmit my plan and lose. Amazing. He's passing. He refuses. And Tojo pleads with me once again, but thankfully I have a refuse card. But of course, we're out of time. Only one person. Tojo wins. But I cannot accept this. Unfortunately, I'm gonna save state the game because it is absolutely stupid to not be at war with China and the other allies. So I'm gonna redo it. Tojo. He has a coughing fit. I'm gonna use my unified card again. Yeah. Apparently not gonna happen. Thankfully he's used all his cards. No thanks. I'm gonna direct this guy to support me. He just got a card. Come on. This is what happens. You can see how the you can really see how the Japanese high command, let's say, did a lot of bad decisions. And again, I cannot go with this proposal, so I'm gonna safe state the game. I'm not gonna cheat on any of the other things. But I can't, be dwindling around for the first 6 months of the war, you know? You know what? Fine. Here you go. Oh, come on. He discarded the card. He used his Unify card. Amazing. No thanks. Hopefully, we get down to the last wire and... Okay, dude. Come on now. Come on now. Stop letting politics get in the way. Yeah. And everybody's used their refuse card. Okay. So right now I'm winning. Not winning anymore. Come on, Torcho's winning again. And this guy has a coughing fit and come on. 3 proposals. Nah. This guy. This absolute guy. I'm gonna reload this instantly. Come on. We're being tortured by Tojo. Amazing. You can win with this guy. No thanks. Jesus. This guy is very insistent. And if I'm not wrong, the Tojo gets 2 extra cards from everybody else, so probably not a good idea to attack him. And if there's a draw, for whatever reason, the diet gets to decide. Come on. And they always vote for Tojo. This guy, come. Thank you. 6 more minutes, come on. Oh, come on, stop attacking. This guy has it in for me, Jesus Christ. I would vote on a slightly less bad proposal from one of the other guys. You can do that. But honestly, that's in this case, we really can't. Stop having a coughing fit. Ah, the army. Alright, I'm gonna come back with. Alright, we have finally done it. It took like 3 more times, but. Yeah. Fish. Forever. So, on these ones, I'm not gonna cheat. So, these ones don't really matter. These goals, I'm not gonna fight for them. And everybody's agreeing with the Prime Minister, of course. But yeah, we defend Korea. Sure, we'll take Manila, and I don't know. There you go. Seems good enough. Again, this don't matter. Fine, I'm even gonna concede. There you go. I'm gonna bide my time. I'm gonna have a coughing fit. There you go. Thank you very much. Get this over with. There you go. Tojo has won again. Apparently there was a draw, but yes. Good. Now the budget. Here we go. Let's take a beating again from Mr. Bald himself. This is actually not that bad, except for the sure. I don't really like spending on the foreign budget, but okay. I think I'm gonna support Tojo on this one. How much did he spend again? I forget. Something like this. Okay. Apparently not exactly, but whatever. I would generally fight for this, but honestly, I'm not expecting to win. I just don't want anybody else to lose, to win, other than Tojo. Yeah. There we go. He put one last unity card down, and yeah. Yes, let's give our ideas for technology budget. Not bad, 4,000. We would like more, but you know. So with 4,000, I'm gonna put one. Sorry. Sheesh. Yeah, there we go. Very not uniform, but okay. Fuel distribution. This is quite important. 3,000. Okay. So the Prime Minister is gonna win again. Amazing. You can see that we just don't have much fuel. So every little bit we take from our navy, our country, we must take from our country. From our from our country, we must put in our navy and army. There we go. 4,000, 1,000. Very fair. I'm not gonna fight, you know. Here we go. I'm gonna use a unity card. Unfortunate. No? Might I win? Mm-hmm. Tojo one. But it's fine. 3,000 fuel, I think I can work with that. He wants 2 divisions for each. That seems fair. Actually, I'm gonna agree with him. I want 0 divisions. Yeah, I already have enough divisions. Let's save our GNP for a little bit. Look at this guy. Yeah. Oh, come on. Right? Yeah. Again, I don't really care about this, but come on, we'll win already. Alright. Alright. Amazing. Alright, now let's get to building planes, because that's what we want. You see, we have budget, we have supplies, and we can build ships. Yeah, we already have a couple building, but honestly no reason to. We need planes really bad, and they get instantly built. If we go, sorry, if we do this, press the right arrow, you can see the cost. I think I'm gonna build some of everything really. Let's say some 30 valves, some I don't know, also 30 gates. Hopefully this will be enough for this month. We already have a decent number of zeros, but I don't know. Yeah, let's build some G3Ms because we're gonna run out of those pretty quickly. There we go. That's it. We don't really have much to play for anything else. If you want to build one destroyer, let's see, of the Yogumo class, or maybe even a Shimakazu class. Yeah, we don't have enough supplies. Very good. So, and there you go, that's it for this month. I don't intend to send out any spies, they are very stupid. And there you go, that's pretty much it for this game, this episode. Oh, also I forgot to play this meme. Me when talking to the army chief of staff. But anyway, oops. So anyway, we're gonna end it here for today. I'm gonna make a save state, of course. And this has been the setup and the conference. And see you next time where we hopefully do Pearl Harbor. Thank you and thanks for watching.